Welcome back, and here we are with Priest. So Priest, one of the key things they got in this set is spell synergy. They got draw stuff reduced by 2. They got discover spell, reduce the cost of spells in your hand. They've got fortune teller here, which synergizes with spells. So they got what was it? When you cast a spell, reduce the cost of a random card in your hand by 1. So they got spell synergy and they've got cost reduction synergy for the most part. So those cards, they're not really arena cards. They're not the key things there. So they got 3, what I would say, really powerful cards. One, and I'll go over them quickly. The problem here is that 2 of these cards are epics. So because 2 of these cards are epics, you're not going to see them all that much. So really, they got like 1 card that is going to kind of impact their Darkmoon Faire set. So let's get into the cards here. First one here, Insight. 2 mana, draw a minion, corrupt, reduce its cost by 2. Alright. So 2 mana, draw 2, that's mediocre. Corrupt, reduce its cost by 2, means it's actually a cycle in sort of a sense. You have to pay the mana up front for it, so it's a little bit less than a cycle. But I just saw the flavor text. Shouldn't the eyes be facing backwards for insight? Because see inside your body. Yeah. All right. So anyway, late game it's going to be cycle, and that's fine. It's a 3-star card, really, though. Like the reduce its cost by 2, like you'll be able to corrupt it pretty easily. Reduce its cost by 2 is make it 0. That's fine. Fairground Fool. All right. So this one, 3 mana, 4/3 taunt. We've seen this before in Hired Gun. Corrupt, gain +4 health. That is absolutely insane, especially for Priest. Let me see. I imagine his hair is going to be corrupted. Yep. His hair turns into demons. Okay. Anyway, so the Fairground Fool here is, I think it's a really, really good card. I think it's a 5-star card. I compare it to Hench Clan Shadequill, which is a 4 mana 4/7 without taunt, but it heals your opponent up. So I think this being able to get this off, I think it's easy enough to get to corrupt a 3 mana card, and being able to corrupt it and get a 4/7 taunt is just going to be absolutely insane, especially for Priest. And even on curve, a 3 mana 4/3 taunt is good. So yeah, I would say easy 5-star card for Priest. Gahoon the Blood God. So Gahoon the Blood God, battlecry, draw 2 cards that cost health instead of mana, which means this is like Dragon Queen Alexstrasza in terms of tempo, as long as you got health, which as Priest, you pretty much should have health. So you draw 2 cards, you play them, you take a bit of damage, and you get just such a massive tempo lead that you win the game. I think that's insane. I think the random cards in your hand are going to be worse than the random cards that you got from like the 1 mana dragons that you would get from Dragon Queen Alexstrasza. But yeah, overall, the 6-star card. I think the tempo you gain from this is just going to completely win you games. Blood of Gahoon. Alright, so this one, at the end of your turn, summon a 5/5 copy of a minion in your deck. So 5/5 copy of a minion in your deck. So you get 13/13 stats, 8/8 is taunt, and that's probably going to get knocked out. So Blood Gahoon, I think if it lives, it keeps on going. So I think this is a 4-star card. It's not like how would I say this? I'm not sure how long it's going to live, but just the fact that you can get 13/13 of stats split among 2 cards, and you have a giant taunt, that's one of them, makes this really powerful. I think I compare it to the 9 mana, the circus thing that summons 3/4/4 taunts, and the problem there is that in the late game, a 4/4 taunt gets eaten pretty easily. And here, an 8 mana taunt, you have to sacrifice something, and it's going to take a lot. It'll take a lot more to get through an 8/8 taunt than it will to get through 2 4/4 taunts in the late game. So yeah, 4-star card for this guy. Idol of Yusharj. Summon a 10/10 copy of a minion in your deck. So 8 mana, 10/10 is fine. 4-star card. Like Free from Amber. One of the reasons Free from Amber worked is number 1 because of the discover, you could pick it. Number 2 because a lot of cards had like end of turn effects. So you could get like Lich King out of it, 8/8, and then end of turn draw a card. Or you can get Ysera out of it, which would get you cards on its own. So I think with Idol of your Charge, just the 10/10 effect, sometimes it's taunt, sometimes it's just minion, sometimes it's death rattle. I think overall, fine card, it's probably like I would probably take a Plagued Proto Drake over this if they were offered against each other, just because I think the reliable 8/8 Death Rattle into a 7-drop is going to be better than the 10/10 Summon 8 10/10 that's sometimes a taunt and sometimes a Death Rattle. So yeah, overall I would say 4-star card. Nazmani Bloodweaver. Alright, after you cast a spell, reduce the cost of a random card in your hand by 2. 3 mana 2/5 is eh. Casting a spell to reduce the cost effect isn't that powerful. We've seen the reduced cost by 1. Like, just reducing a single thing by 1, it's not really good enough. I would say it's a low 3-star card. Like, it's okay. It'll do something. It has mild synergy, but it's not really going to be all that overpowered. Palm Reading. Discover spell. Reduce the cost of spells in your hand by 1. I still don't know if this impacts the spell that you get off of Palm Reading. So, problem is, are you going to have spells in your hand? Like, if the palm reading spell gets discounted as well, then this becomes a decent amount better, like 5-10 points better. But I don't know how many spells you're going to have. I don't know, like you're going to have wand maker spells, but you don't have like a Cobalt spell can or things like that to generate a lot of spells in your hand. So overall, I think palm reading, it's fine. It's a 3-star card, but because of its cost, like, it's a 3-star card mainly because pre-spells are incredibly overpowered. And so paying 3 mana to discover 1 is useful just for that. But I think overall it's not going to be like that great of a card. Auspicious Spirits. Summon a random 4-cost minion. Corrupt. Summon a 7-cost minion instead. Random 4-cost minion. That's average. So that's probably like a 4/4, give or take. That's probably like a 50. Corrupt. Summon a 7-cost minion. 7-cost minions, they are pretty good. Like, especially for 4 mana. So I took a look. There's only like 2 really bad 7-drops where you play this on 4 and you get something that's bad. That's Baron's Stablehand, that's Silliest Darkmoon. Maybe Umbral Owl if you don't have anything to charge into. But, okay. So, anyways, I would say on curve, when I went through and I looked through, you got like a 30% chance to whiff bad. And outside of that, you'll be fine. So I think this is a 3-star card. On average, it's going to be okay. The Corrupt will sometimes matter and sometimes not do all that much. But yeah, it's a good card, a decent card, but not really great. The Nameless One. Battlecry, become a minion. Choose a minion. Become a 4/4 copy of it, then silence it. So, Spellbreaker was a really good card in Arena, and that was 4/3 silence. This becomes like a 4/4 taunt, or a 4/4 death rattle, or a 4/4 divine shield, or whatever, and you get to silence whatever like really overpowered thing you have. Or give you something like a 4/4 with an end of a turn effect that's like really powerful. So yeah, Nameless One. This is a 4-star card, borderline 5-star card. I think it does silence by itself is really good, and sometimes it'll do like it'll get the buff and just be like a really powerful card. Fortune Teller. 5/5 taunt, battlecry, gain +1/+1 for each spell in your hand. You need at least 2 spells for this to be an average card, 3 spells for this to be a great card. So I don't think that's going to happen. Like, it's Arena, you don't get that many spells. Sometimes you get like very few spells. This is like a low 2-star card. Maybe it'll be 1-star card, but I'm just saying low 2. All right. Well, that's it for a Priest. When we come back, I will see you guys with Rogue. So I'll see you guys there.